an excerpt from Session B, focusing on application of policies and practices for managers, part of the Valuing Workplace Diversity program from i2i Workplace. Hello, and welcome to Valuing Workplace Diversity. This is Session B for managers, supervisors, and team leaders. This training is designed to empower leaders with the knowledge, skills, and tools necessary to be a champion of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Managers play a pivotal role in shaping the workplace culture, creating positive relationships, and motivating employees. Managers also need to ensure that laws and regulations are being followed. By embracing fair and consistent leadership, you contribute to a positive work environment and also ensure that policies and practices are applied consistently. Fostering an inclusive workplace is a strategic necessity, but many corporations are reassessing their DEI commitments. Recent news articles report that Microsoft, John Deere, and other major companies are scaling back their DEI programs, and the U.S. Society of Human Resources Management has removed the term diversity from its initiative name to focus mainly on inclusion. But DEI is not out of sync with the organization's legal responsibilities to ensure a fair and consistent application of policies and procedures. Having a DEI program ensures that you are cultivating a positive work environment by focusing on positive interpersonal communication and collaboration. Your organization may use other terms besides DEI. As we have discussed, organizations use various acronyms to label their efforts, including J for justice, A for access, or B for belonging, among other terms. This presentation will use the term DEI to refer to the idea that we value our employees for who they are and the skills they bring to the workplace. The objectives of this training session are to increase your knowledge of laws and policies and understand how it fits into your general managerial duties. Also, to create positive leadership and look at ways to improve your leadership skills by being more consistent, more innovative, more authentic. Demonstrate your organization's values by behaving in an appropriate manner. And reduce behaviors like bullying, harassment, name-calling, gossiping, and other toxic behaviors. The end result is for you to become an ally to staff for resolving any workplace conflicts, questions, or issues that may arise. There are 3 sections to this training. Section 1 is about the application of policies and practices. Section 2, leadership traits that you want to demonstrate to be an effective leader in your organization. And Section 3, resolving employee issues. Section 1, application of policies and practices. DEI programs should not be seen as polarizing. They are in line with all the responsibilities employers have to follow laws such as Title VII, the Americans with Disabilities Act, Pregnancy Discrimination Act, and the Age Discrimination and Employment Act, among others. But DEI goes beyond the law, of course. But it's really just about treating people respectfully and kindly to ensure that the same opportunities are available to all people, which is really the charter of the EEOC. So really, this is nothing radical, just sound business practices in terms of legal compliance. DEI principles significantly impact managerial decisions across various aspects of the employee life cycle. We'll discuss how each of these stages in the employment process is impacted by DEI: recruitment, interviewing, selection, promotions and assignments, compensation, and corrective action or termination. DEI efforts in recruiting involve attracting a diverse pool of applicants. Managers should actively participate in creating inclusive job descriptions, reaching out to diverse networks and associations, and ensuring that the recruitment process is free from bias. In terms of interviewing, managers should ensure a fair and unbiased evaluation process. They should use diverse interview panels or select interviewers who reflect the general workforce. And when you're interviewing the candidate, consider a variety of skills and experience. Don't just focus on technical skills or who you can visualize in the position. Some questions you may want to ask to determine their orientation towards diversity are, what is your definition of diversity and how have you embodied this in your work? Or could you give me an example of how you have reached out to others to consider their opinions? These kinds of questions will help determine whether the person has the right cultural competencies to work on your team. To have a fair and consistent interview, you need to prepare your questions in advance. Let the applicant know that you're going to be asking each and every applicant the same questions, then allow them to ask you certain questions so you can make sure you can get through all the questions consistently from one applicant to the next. In terms of selecting the best applicant, you should select those people based on merit and the potential contribution they can make to the organization, and ensure that all decisions are free from bias. Take into consideration technical skills, but also cultural fit, the potential for their contribution, and the ability to thrive in an inclusive environment. Promotions and assignments should also be based on merit. Managers should emphasize the need for equal opportunities for all employees without regard to race, sex, color, religion, national origin, ethnicity, ancestry, or any other protected category, and ensure that all eligible employees have equitable access to advancement opportunities, such as management development programs, new assignments, new territories, new projects, or additional training. Managers should evaluate performance objectively using key performance indicators and other metrics to gauge performance, and ensure that all development opportunities promote inclusion and upward mobility. Managers also need to ensure that compensation programs are free from bias and ensure that employees are paid fairly for their contributions. Managers should advocate for transparent compensation practices and certainly address any identified disparities. With regard to coaching, corrective action, and terminations, managers and supervisors should always provide timely and useful feedback and use the performance improvement plan or disciplinary action process consistently. Managers should ensure thorough investigations of any allegations of misconduct and ensure that all decisions are based on performance and behavior rather than biases or assumptions. Managers should also ensure that terminations and corrective actions are carried out fairly and consistently in line with HR processes and procedures. Thank you. That was section 1 of session B for diversity. i2i Workplace looks forward to working with you. Please see the description for more information and how to contact us.